All right, guys, welcome back to the Jay Lee Show. Today, we're gonna talk about who, not how. Being overworked doesn't equal you're a bad leader. When you're overworked, it means you're focusing too much on the how and not focusing on the who. If you're exhausted, it's because everything is running through you. Here's the idea. The author is a visionary, owns the outcome, and the author is held accountable for the results. Now, the editor, what you should be doing more of, or being more of, helps improve the execution, coaches the author along the way, providing feedback, and does not own the outcome. Now, oftentimes the editor, which is supposed to be you in an ownership level or the executive level, is overworked and overwhelmed because oftentimes you sit in the author seat. Now think about this. If you're an author writing a book, do you expect the editor to write it for you? No, the editor is going to edit what you write, but you're still held accountable to the overall content of the book you're writing, right? It's the same way. If you're a chef in charge, let's call yourself the head chef, are you going to run the line every day, run the pass every day, taste every single dish, make sure all the food inventory count is in weekly, make sure to do the ordering? You can't do it all. You have to pass off these tasks. Last episode, I explained to you why systems are important. Today, I'm going to explain how the concept of author versus editor is going to really help you succeed in systemizing and delegating. So these are the reasons why author versus editor is important. Number one, doing everything feels responsible, but it's a trap. Now let me explain this. You tell yourself it's faster if I do it, if I fix it, or I'll fix it later, or they're just not ready yet. You tell yourself, I do this because I care. Well, if you truly care about the people in their positions, you'll actually want to empower them. You'll actually want to give them valuable insight, and you actually want to coach them along the way. And being coachable is very important. So perhaps you could be facing not a systems issue, but a people issue. It's not a process issue, it's a people issue. Maybe you don't have the right person in place. Because we don't expect everyone we hire to be perfect in their place, but they have to be coachable, trainable, and they have to be competent. So with those three traits, anyone can succeed if you make the right hire. And oftentimes it's a lack of confidence, it's insecurity, because we feel needed, we feel important, and it feels productive being needed. But the true reality is being replaceable equals freedom, or being replaceable creates freedom. You almost want to systemize and create the team so well that you can be replaceable and it'll keep running. As scary as that sounds. Number two, authors will create their results or the results that you need, but as an editor, you help polish it. It means you don't just leave them be and just let them do whatever they want. You still have to check in and provide feedback. That's how that works. Think of a relationship as well. You're married to your spouse. You just do whatever you want? No. Maybe your spouse or you will do something doesn't make the other person happy. Maybe you don't take the trash out. Maybe you're not cleaning the apartment enough or assisting in grocery shopping. Whatever it is, they still have to provide feedback to you and vice versa. Feedback is important. It keeps things running in the right direction. If a manager is responsible for schedules, let them do it all the way. If they're responsible for creating schedules, let them do it. Let them make mistakes, but you have to be there to coach them. If they have questions and if they're not meeting deadlines, you have to hold them accountable along the way. That's your job. So it's who, not how. So who do you put in place and who's responsible for what? As a chef and owner, for me, for example, I can't be responsible for doing everything, like creating schedules, hiring line cooks, the prep cooks, the dishwashers. No, I have to empower my team to do that. If I don't, then I'm stuck doing all the tasks myself, and they're the ones that constantly tell me, hey, you made a bad hire, hey, fix this, hey, fix this, when it should be the other way around. Next reason is your real job is to determine the outcome. Set the expectations and the standards, and your leaders have to follow it. You have to trust the person, coach them all along the way, provide feedback, and hold them accountable when they don't meet those standards or expectations. And that's the tough part of being a boss. Having tough conversations, letting go of your control, and letting people do their thing, but holding them accountable when they don't meet your expectations, or if they don't hold the standards, or if they're just not doing their job. There was a time when everything ran through me. And honestly, with new managers, you have to constantly set this tone, because I think a lot of managers aren't used to getting feedback, number one, or number two, they're just used to getting too much feedback, almost like they're just puppets, like just doing, not thinking for themselves. So it's a fine balance between the two, letting the person, the leader in place, have autonomy over their role, but you as a senior manager or as the owner, you're providing weekly feedbacks and coaching them along the way so they could succeed at what they're supposed to do. So with new hires, new management along the way, even with my team right now, it's a constant thing. And I have to constantly remind myself, because sometimes I want to get pulled back in. I'm like, oh man, I want to do it, but I have to look at the bigger picture. That's not the solution. If we want the long-term success of the business and the people, you have to trust the who and not the how. Focus on the who, not the how. That's the lesson of this week. Think about what you can pass off and delegate and trust, and see where you can improve as a leader, because that's what it's all about, improving 1% every single day. Thanks for tuning in to the Jay Lee Show. I'll see you again next Sunday. Peace and blessings, y'all.